Hello YouTube. It's been not very long since I did my last video, and I said I was going to start making maybe once a week videos, or maybe once a couple months, or who knows. Whenever something comes up, I'll probably make a video, maybe a vlog. Today we're going to talk about a product that I just got, uh, made by Seafoam. Let's see. It's for your transmission, and the reason why I'm going to do this is because I haven't tried this product before, so I'm making a small video of it. The way the instruction reads is that you can use it in automatic transmissions, and you can also use it in power steering or hydraulic fluid or whatever. And my wife's car, she has like a Buick 92 Buick Century Limited, and with her car, it's like it has a hard time shifting out of first gear, going from first to second, but then after that it shifts okay. It's like it's sticking or something, or maybe the shifter, or not the shifter, but it might be a dirty transmission, who knows. But I'm gonna try to bottle this in her car, and then as far as I know, mine and my car is doing okay. I mean, it ain't acting up yet, but at least I got a bottle for it just in case. But I guess you could say it's sort of like a review type thing. It might be another part to this later on, as I drive her car, or maybe mine. Um, I think mine started doing something weird. My transmission. Um, it didn't start doing it until maybe 2 months ago. Mine was doing something a little weird in my Malibu. It it's like sometimes you get ready to, you could be in first gear, it'd be slowing down to go to a stoplight or something like that, and it's like you give a little gas, and it's like it would upshift and downshift and then upshift again. It never done that before. It always did okay, but it started doing that about 2 months ago. So my transmission might be a little dirty too, so I might try putting a can in mine and see how it works. But while I'm talking about my car, I did say I was going to show what my car looks like and what it has in it and things like that. So if you hold on a minute, I'll go outside and show you. I think you might like what you see. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. Now, my neighbors are probably going to think I'm weird because I'm talking to my phone or making a video. But here's my car. So here's my car. I did say it didn't look too bad. It's got a few rough spots on it about right there. There's one spot. Another one on the doors. And there's one right here. Lower quarter. Stop the video here. Okay. Now. Before I show what the engine looks like, well, I already talked about it in a previous video, so I'll go ahead and show you. Like I said, it's a new engine. I don't have any video of the old engine that was in it, but it was, just believe me, it was really worn out. But as you can see, it don't look too half bad. And I got the dress-up kit for it, you know, the black with red lettering to kind of set it off a bit. It looks pretty good. And it's got a mechanical fuel pump. Maybe one day I might put an electric fuel pump on it. But, yeah, it don't look half bad. Everybody that's ever seen it, they think it looks really good. So, I do have new headers for it. And as you can see, the old ones that went on the other motor, they're not really for angle plug heads. So, I have issues trying to change spark plugs with these headers on it. I did have to put one of those coil kits on here, so you know, where you can run you run a solenoid on your fender, so you can bypass the solenoid that's on the starter down there. It's mainly if you're having heat soak problems and stuff like that, so that actually helped a lot. And see, I use an Ultima battery, and I run a bunch of wires over here to a junction block, so they're not over here on the battery over here either, so it looks a lot nicer. It is an all aluminum radiator from Summit Racing, and it has a pulley kit on it that I upgraded a couple years ago. Has new pulleys on it, new belts, has a power steering pump, higher capacity kind of thing. A 100 amp alternator all came in the kit. Oh, and pulleys for the belt, pulley for the crank down at the bottom down there. All that came together with the, I forgot how much, I think it was a little over 300 and something, maybe 4 for the whole thing, and the brackets to hold everything on. Bracket for the power steering, and there's another bracket over there for the alternator. And I love that kind of a turnbuckle style adjustment because it makes it so much easier. I don't think the belts are loose right now. That one might be a little loose. That one's tight. But yeah, it's not too bad. I put a wire loom thing, and it's got some details on it. That wasn't cheap, by the way. I think these are 8.8 millimeter wires, I think. Or maybe 8 millimeter. I don't remember. I think they're 8. And you got these. See, everything's got a little detail on them. It's a little loose. These little things here, they're all, you know, it's a lot of details. I mean, it's still work in progress. You know, anytime anybody can tell you, you know, anytime you're working on an old hot rod or anything, you know, they're gonna have you know, it's always going to be a work in progress. There's always something that's going to be changed on them. You know, it's always going to be an unfinished project. So, carburetor is a 650 double pumper Holly. I rebuilt it a few times, and it has a 1-inch spacer on it. It's open. The intake is a Performer RPM series intake. It's a dual plane, but you put a 1-inch spacer on it, and it's like open-ended. It's not divided like the intake is. It's sort of like a horsepower trick that some people use. Gives you a little bit more boost, or gives you a little bit more horsepower doing it that way. I could be wrong, but I do notice that when it's done that way, it does seem like it's a little peppier. So, but the super coil, it's made by XL. It does have roller rockers. I do have a picture of that I might post up in the video when I'm doing a post production on the video. I'll see about doing that. But overall, it's not too bad. I mean, it's okay, but you know, there's so much I want to do to the car. But when you're on a budget, there's only so much you can do at one time, you know. And it took me about 3 years to save up $3,000 just so I can have the motor changed out. I mean, it's slow going when you're saving money, so, for a project. So So I'd like to get the body work done to the car too, as you can see here. And boy, our neighbors are noisy. Hang on. The wheels, they're a cheaper version of that style wheel. I was going to get some welds, but they were like double the price of these. These are Pacers. So the wheels are a little bit cheaper than welds. So there's another rust spot there that was, and I put some rust converter on it. Some down here at the bottom of the door is pretty bad. Got a hole in it. The doors are shot, so they just need to be replaced. The Landau thing is pretty rough. Yeah, it's got some, a lot of issues here. But like I said, it's a rough car. It's still a little rough, but I mean, it's a lot better shape than it was when I first got it. That's another spot. And there's another spot down here, as you can see. But it's got wider tires in the back. I think it's like a 15 by 8 on the back, and it's got with its little offset, so it looks deeper. And then the fronts are like 15 by 7s, and it offsets off a little bit, so it looks a little shallower. So they look narrower. I do have new bezels for it, but I want to wait until the car gets painted, bodywork and paint, before I can actually change them out. I got a lot of plans for this old car, but it might take me 10 years, and I still drive it. So, but as you can see, it don't look half bad. Still daily driver, still running, but even though it's got a different motor in it. All right. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of this in my transmission. I'm gonna put about a half a bottle because it's almost full. So here goes this. Let's see. Put about a half a bottle. That should be about it. Now, over the next several weeks, I'm going to drive the car. It says put at least 100 miles on it. So, it might take a few weeks to get that on there, because I don't drive it as much as I used to. I'm trying to, so I can get more stuff fixed on it. But, now I got to do her car. Alright, now, I've already put some in her car. I'm in my car now. I got to, I don't know if you can see me or not. I gotta drive my car around a little bit to get the stuff working around in the transmission. So, yeah. The headliner needs a little help, but like I said, it's still a work in progress. So. I don't know if I can do this while I'm driving or not. So, the phone ain't gonna stay where I want it. So. I put some stuff in the transmission. I gotta drive around and let it circulate. was interesting. Alright. I don't know if you could hear me during the video or not, but yeah, I'm impressed a little bit. It did seem like it shifts a little easier now. The Seafoam stuff for transmissions, I give it a thumbs up so far. So I'll do another follow-up video on this in a couple months. If anything changes or any, developments, or should I say if it gets a little better or whatever, I'll make another video of it. Alright, subscribe if you haven't. Thumbs up if you like the video. Comment if you want to. Yeah. And that'll be it. Now I gotta drive my wife's car, but I'm not gonna video it. So, alright. Thanks for watching. I'll try to make another video when I can. Bye.